We are live. Yo, 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 everybody. It's your favorite jerk, Uncle Noon Belichick, calling all the plays. To my left of me, we got my guy, Jay Campaign. Campaign Jay, however you want to say. You feel me? How's your day, Jay?
Campaign, campaign, it's the same thing. Don't
You
really
feel
matter.
me? How your
Ah,
day going, man?
Man, we living, man. We ready for a good show. You know what time it is. Started college football season. You see the hitter, you see the name, you know what time it is.
Hey, man.
Buckeye
Hey,
season. It's
hey,
Buckeye
Jimmy,
season.
what's going on, my guy down there? We got my guy, Jay Hicks, down there. Mr.
you know,
Detroit team, Stan. How you feeling down there? So you got some wine. What you sipping on down there?
we got we got the Mama Peach, some
Okay,
peach
okay.
Moscato. It's good. It's good. I had
Okay,
a little bit of
okay.
it last week, but we
That's some
feel
bad
good, man.
food.
Oh, he got the Julio.
Acting Fulio. You feel me? We got my dog OG Two Tone in the building as well. What you got going on, my guy?
Yo, 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 you already know what it is. I'm back. What's going on, man? How y'all feeling? I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Came off a long day. You know, we always coaching, so you already know what it
That my
is.
brother. I can toast to that. I can toast to that.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
you
sir.
know, we all drunk unks. We gotta get this shit started off the right way. We're gonna talk about Big Texas. You know, we just signed Dalvin Cook. Am I thrilled about the pick? It's not a needle mover to me right now. Maybe some fruition. You're only 29. I'm not too mad about it. Jay, how do you feel about that?
Uh Retirement home. Should have
Retirement
been
home
should have
at
been, should have
29? Okay.
been, should have
What you
been
think? What you think, Jim?
I mean, is it what? Why would you be upset about that?
I
Yeah,
say I'm not upset about it, but it's not a needle mover to me yet because I
I
don't know
mean,
what
no. But,
status he in. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, he was okay, but he just got to stay healthy. Like that's
Yeah,
the thing. I've been saying that a lot about a lot of guys.
yeah.
A lot of guys this year. If they can stay healthy, they can be solid. Like, yeah, he's 29, but he doesn't have that many miles on him because he hasn't played a lot the last few years. Granted, whether that be because of injury or not. I mean, he was running a lot in Minnesota for sure. But when he got
The
to New
highway
York,
miles. The highway
like
miles.
yeah, he good. He got a lot of, he still got a little bit left. I feel like if he can stay
I'm,
healthy and
I mean, behind our O line, we got restructured O line. I think he should be. I mean, bro, I never seen us not have a serviceable back.
that's
Like
true.
we run good schemes for our running backs. Like we don't do nothing that they can't do. Like we run serviceable schemes for our running backs. I think he should be good. Tell him what you think.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this dude, Dalvin Cook, didn't he play for the Ravens? And don't they got a pretty good line, too, and a good running scheme? And what was he,
But they don't
Third
really use
Street?
him though.
Oh, all right, whatever. I mean, you're signing Zeke, you're signing Dalvin.
Hey,
What's
Zeke
the
was
worst
solid
thing?
last year. Hold on,
Thank you,
Zeke was
Tony.
serviceable last
He's a
year.
touchdown
Zeke
machine.
was he was very solid for them last year. I think once they finally started to
Your mic cut out, Jim. But Zeke was very serviceable. Your mic
He
still
was,
off.
hey, he was
he
serviceable.
was
That's
very
what kind of.
Yeah,
serviceable.
bro, he a touchdown machine, bro.
Hey, who do you
He
play
was
for?
good.
Patriots.
Who do
It's
you
the
play for?
Patriots.
Who do you play for?
It's
We're
the
playing meaningful football. Okay, I'm talking about 8:20 p.m. on a Sunday night, primetime
Sunday night.
football on 3rd and 4. You're giving Zeke the ball. You're trusting.
Yes. Yes. Especially in the red zone.
Hey,
Especially in the red zone.
say no
Red
more,
zone,
brother.
yes. Red zone,
Say no
yes.
more, brother. Hey, look. Hey, brother, you got it. Hey, we'll see how that
You
works
know what
out.
what would be just so crazy to me about this like football shit, like no biasness shit. Like, you know what just be crazy? Like, you know, like how a team be asked and then like they finally get good or get players and then they start trying to talk about your team like they've been down. Like, have you like you know how crazy that shit is? Like the transitional swings that
I will
like
say one thing. I will say one thing though, and I mean I'm not speaking for myself, but Tony's team has been to the Super Bowl more recently than anybody's team in this current party right now. So I can't really say too
okay.
much.
Okay, so switching topics anyways. 'Cause
Hey,
I'm about to
I
spill
don't
those.
even
I'm about to get to that. Open the whole can of worms. You feel me? Because we can go Big Texas Atlanta all day, but that's neither here or there. You feel me? But CD did just get his bread. I think. What do y'all think it was? He's worth 4 years, 136. Like, what do y'all think about that?
I mean, I
I
think it
mean,
was
yeah.
I think it was exactly what y'all needed to do.
I think it's money well spent. Him being the second not highest paid quarterback, second biggest contract non paid
And
quarterback.
technically, for being honest, with him being in Texas, like he's making more money than what Justin Jefferson is in Minnesota.
tax.
State income tax.
Yeah.
So he's signing that signing bonus and all that. He's probably actually taking home more money than what Justin Jefferson did. So I mean, I like it.
Money well spent. I think I love it. I think that finally made me, you feel me, nod toward Jerry because
I mean, bro, we knew he was going to do it though. Like it was
only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's like he's still like that person. Like I still got to show you that you're still a football player. Like, but you know what I really want to say, that he's still a, you know what, that I still own you. Like, but I'm gonna give you this money, but motherfucker, you gonna remember I own you.
I mean, you got to remember he do this with everybody,
he
bro.
do this to everybody.
Everybody. So that's why he did it to Zach Martin. He did it to he do it to everybody. Like he don't. I ain't gonna say he discriminate, but he gonna let you know, motherfucker, I own you for sure.
You know,
I own you.
You know what's crazy though? The thing about this, like CD getting his bread and being the player that he is like, I was just thinking about this the other day. I seen something like, bro, he was the 17th pick. Like 16 other teams didn't choose this motherfucker, and obviously in college he had the resume. Like, wasn't he like almost?
He was
really good. I was very big on him coming out of college, but what receivers went before him? Because there was a couple of receivers that got drafted before him.
Hollywood after or before him? Hollywood was after. No. It came together, but who left first?
I think that was the Justin Fields draft class, wasn't it? The 2020.
Yeah, yes, he was in the 2020 draft class.
I think that class that CD was in was kind of loaded too, though. So
it was loaded. Like, it was loaded in general, but he wasn't the first receiver taken off the board.
That's why I think that receiver class was loaded.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's take a look. While y'all talking, I'm gonna look it up real quick and see.
Joe Burrow was first. Chase Young was second.
Oh, so that was the Holy Trinity. That was the Holy Trinity of quarterback.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson was in. Oh, that's the LSU draft. Okay.
Yep.
That's the LSU draft.
But he got picked before Justin Jefferson, though.
See,
he did. No, he
didn't. Justin Jefferson was like 14, didn't he?
No, I thought he did. No, Jettis went like 18.
What's that one before Jettis?
CD went 17. Yeah. There was a lot of quarterbacks that came out in that draft, or a lot of receivers that came out in that draft. Because that was
wasn't like Leggett part of that. There was like a couple receivers.
No, not Leggett, bro. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown's draft, I think.
Yep, sure was.
The first receiver, the first receiver drafted was Henry Ruggs.
Oh, I know that was that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, Jalen Reagor went before Jettis because he's supposed to go to the Eagles.
He was. That's right. That's right. Yeah, man.
That was nasty.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Crazy.
If these players go to different teams, it could have got lethal.
What?
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
you could probably go through if you did a redraft. Like that's why.
But here's why redrafts are. I'm gonna counter that though. You say you can have Jettis like CD's produced, so it's not like he's been a disappointment by any of the means.
So it wouldn't have made a difference who it was.
Yeah, honestly,
it really went wrong with either
one. I don't know, bro.
It wasn't gonna lead to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like them having Justice. They would have been at a Super Bowl. I don't think
he don't make us a championship contender because it still boils down to quarterback.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Jettis is more.
But CD one of them was too.
He in the slot though.
I mean, but it doesn't matter where he's at.
They both serve.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's CD or Justin Jefferson because they put up very similar numbers. Obviously, Justin Jefferson's numbers are better, but realistically, there's a reason why there's a reason why he's the second highest paid non-quarterback player in the NFL. There's a reason why.
And who's won?
I mean, yes, but like, what difference does it make? Neither of them have had any postseason success. Like, no Super Bowls, no conference championships. Like, what difference does it make?
I got a question for y'all then, since we want topic of the Cowboys. So you know how Jerry Jones came out after he did the CeeDee Lamb sign and he's talking this shit. You feel me? Talking about there's nobody that could fucking GM this team. I gotta do it. So so if I step down, I don't even trust nobody that could do my job better than me. How do y'all feel about this? I need honest opinions. I know y'all I don't want the biased opinions. I want the honest opinion.
I'll give you my opinion.
Jerry Jones does a good job GMing.
Wait. Before anybody goes, you tell us.
You want me to go first?
You go first. No, I want Tico to go first because this is your team. You tell us.
You think okay? So this is why I don't like from Jerry. I think Jerry does a pretty decent job, like far as like drafting. I think he does pretty decent, like because he's the one making this final calls at the end of the day. I think he's good at finding like gems. I do think he's good at finding gems. I think he does waste a lot of time though trying to find gems as well. So we missed a lot of picks trying to find gems when we got guys that we know on film that we see that are good. But Jerry Jones is very 50-50. I don't like his free agency style. That's what bothers me about Jerry. Free agency. He's never been big on free agency home runners. He likes to wait till guys kind of diminish in health and then pick them up. Like he went like Roy Williams, Terrell Owens. Like
Terrell.
he always waits till people diminish to where they get cheap and like they on their last leg. Like, oh, let's go
He
get
was
him now.
Terrell was nice.
Hey,
Terrell
you
was
getting a deal.
He was nice, but like
T.O. was
he
nice.
was like toward like
Yeah, it was
it
nice.
really
This
got
is definitely
T.O.
towards the latter end of his
nice
career,
and
though.
shit.
Right,
Like
right.
Well, shit, Randy Moss went to New England the
Yeah.
last few years of his career.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
mean,
the best years of his career.
I think like
Tom Brady, Jimmy.
That
I
is
think-
true, but still, he was still
And
making
Bill
those plays
Belichick.
too, though.
and Bill Belichick. So
Yeah,
like,
like come on,
that does
Jimmy. He
make
was
a
the
little-
perfect system.
little-
But what I'm saying is, although they were still older, they can still produce. Look, T.O. did. Roy Williams, no. Roy Williams, or
I'm just saying, like he always
you know
waits
how I
too
feel
much.
about Roy.
Because like if you look at it analytically, I can be cheaper with you now because your usage rate wasn't as high.
Facts. Yeah.
You feel me? Are you at this age now to where I can lowball you now because typically the receiver age for your age group is this how much they're getting paid, or you gotta get very like
Facts.
now I can toy with the money because you older.
Yeah, I
That's
think
facts.
I think Jerry, in the sense, just like you said, doesn't get enough credit for his drafting ability because he knows how to find gems in the draft, and historically, his draft has been very well with the guys he's drafted. But at the same time, like signing guys, or maybe like you said, the big free agency splash, or making the trade to get somebody that they know they could have used, like. I think he's missed in that department for sure. And I think like it's just at a certain point where he gotta let younger people, not his family, come in and teach him. And I feel like that's all it is. I mean, like you said, he's Jerry Jones in Texans. You're a billionaire in Texas. You own it. You made this team what it is by building it and all whatever you want to do. He's setting his ways. And at a point in time, it did work for him. Now, it hasn't since then. That's the big thing right now.
Yeah, I think I agree with like what both of y'all said. Like, I do think if you were asking me, I think Jerry's a top 10 GM in the NFL. Personally, though, I do think he's in the upper echelon when you look at it.
But you think from the money side of things and what he does with his money and how he.
So I look at the money as part of ownership, right? But that kind of ties into both. But it's easier for Jerry because he's the GM and he's the owner, so he doesn't have to go to the owner and be like, okay, I think we should pay this guy, or we should. He is the owner, so that's why when we talk about
he makes his own decisions.
Makes his own decisions. Like when we talk about the CD Lamb deal, like we knew the deal was going to get done. It was really not that big of a deal because it's like, maybe when Jerry Jones want to cut the check, he gonna cut the check. You know what I'm saying? It's just about what he feels.
Yeah,
and that's part of the problem, though, because like you said, Tony, he's been operating like this now for the last 25 years, and you have nothing to show for it in the past 25 years. So it's like at a certain point, it's like at a certain point, you got to start kind of changing your ways, looking at things differently. But what we're saying is, though, like Tico said, you know, his free agency thing, Jerry likes his own players. Jerry likes players that he drafted. Jerry likes his guys.
Likes the build.
He loves his guys. It's his guys that he brought it. He wants to build around them.
And I think that's because people, like I said, people do not. If you really think about it, nobody ever talks about how Jerry drafts really well. Nobody like
for the most
it's
part.
all about Nobody ever talks about that side of Jerry. They're always talking about, okay, or the Cowboys.
Does, yeah,
like all it is.
I will say something though. He's a project player. Like he loves projects.
Yeah.
He loves to mold people, but he will get rid of your ass quick. If you don't produce within 2 years, you're gone. If you don't produce within 2 years, you're gone.
I will say that because he keeping Trey Lance right now, which is
that's quarterback because he see Dak. He feel me. He gotta have somebody that's
what's y'all got? What's bro name? Cooper? What's y'all backup?
That shit was a
Cooper Rush.
He's better. I don't even know.
He beat the Eagles.
That was a fluke.
I'm about to say Cooper Rush was like 4-0.
Cooper was 4-0.
Yeah,
He was
you can
4-0.
call it. Hey, you
But
can call it
then,
a fluke.
he had to play later on that season. He looked terrible.
I mean,
Hey,
shit,
you
Dak
call
looks
it a
terrible
fluke.
later on in the season too.
Oh man,
That's
come on,
true.
y'all.
No,
Hey,
It's not a
hey,
Dak
two things
session.
can be
It's not a
true.
Dak
Two things,
session. This is
two
not a
things
Dak
can be
session.
true.
This is very
Not until he
true.
gets paid.
Jesus.
Because when he gets paid, then we'll start
Oh
talking
my
about him
God.
again.
Two things can be
Oh,
true. No matter.
I got 3 other black men in here hating on another black man right now. Come on, man.
I mean, it
Chill with
is
that.
what it is, bro. It don't got,
I'm all
Cody,
for it. Hey, Tone, I'm all for it.
we don't have to just because he's black,
Save
we
it.
don't have to
I'm
try
all
to
for kumbaya.
Yeah,
Jimmy.
come on, bro.
Tone. I'm
Come on,
all
bro.
for it.
We can call a spade a spade. He's really good in the regular season.
I don't give a fuck you black, yellow, green, purple.
He's really good in the regular season.
Regular
As
season
soon
merchant.
as January
call
strolls
him.
around,
If you look at Dak regular season stats, he's top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL.
I'm saying though, but what quarterback? Hey, I'm gonna ask you one question, and we didn't even gotta harp on this. I'm gonna ask you one question. What quarterback you know is postseason guy besides fucking Patrick Mahomes right now?
Josh Allen's actually pretty good in the playoffs. His team just always finds a way
I mean,
to.
you need to be postseason guy, but give me one win.
Yeah,
Maybe the guy that won the
I
Super
hate
Bowl.
Give me one win.
Ooh.
What about the other guys that won the Super Bowl?
Stafford? You gotta
Like
get Stafford
who?
one.
Okay.
Stafford.
I said, name me the guys. I'm asking.
Joe Burrow. He beat Patrick Mahomes one year.
Yeah, he did.
What did he do?
He
What
won a
did he
Super
do?
Bowl.
Joe
He lost
Burrow
the Super
did-
Bowl.
Hey,
He lost the
come
Super
on,
Bowl.
bro.
But he made it to a
You know
Super
what?
Bowl. He made it to a Super Bowl. And he lost to Matt Stafford.
Let's be honest, bro.
So
The
did
two
Matt
worst
Ryan.
the two
So did
worst
Matt
playoff
Ryan.
performing the two worst playoff performing quarterbacks right
Lamar
now that I
Jackson
think
and
of Lamar Jackson and Dak.
I'll
They
give
are
you
the
that.
two worst.
I don't want to have this
quarterbacks.
conversation. I promise you.
I'm not happy about Big Trevor. It's the truth. It's the
All a
truth.
spade is spade, bro. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, go
What?
Lamar Jackson's stats,
No,
bro. Hold on, wait. So I'm gonna drop it to you real quick.
Who did the
Lamar
Cowboys
Jackson
lose to last year?
He's like 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions in his playoff games. Like
okay, but
they were the number 1 team in the league last year, bro. The number 1 team in the league. They had the Chiefs at home.
What quarterback is been good besides Matthew Stafford? Joe Burrow got there one time
Patrick
and hasn't been
Mahomes.
there.
Patrick
And,
Mahomes is really good in
and
the
Lamar
playoffs.
saw Pat last year.
Josh
He didn't
Allen's
see
really
Pat.
good in the playoffs.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
gonna
I
say
hate this.
he's serviceable.
We don't need to keep going on with this, but let's just make it be clear, bro. Like, just because nobody's on the level of Pat Mahomes doesn't mean you could just write everybody else off.
Right,
Like,
right.
come on, bro. Like,
Quarterbacks have performed.
like there have been other great quarterbacks, but it's just
one playoff game, you're serviceable. Like one playoff game, like Jordan Love, serviceable. Aaron Rodgers,
Lamar whooped on the Texans.
CJ Stroud. Jesus Christ, forgot about CJ Stroud.
Lamar whooped on the Texans. CJ Stroud got killed by Lamar. So
I mean, bro, they were supposed to get. They were supposed to, and that wasn't even really a kill. Lamar didn't really do too much. It was the Ravens' defense.
yeah, dude.
Like in the running game, Keaton Mitchell was hurt, but the running game.
So I say all that to say, bro, like Dak is just not a good quarterback, and like he just hasn't been good, bro. Every year we talk about it every single year, bro. Stephen A. Smith was having field days at the end of every season because same old Cowboys. He got on the cowboy hat, he got the cigar, the boots, the southern accent. He do the whole thing. Why? Because they do this every single year. And the last few years has been because of Dak. Like I don't understand why. Like that's just not
like Tico said.
You would think at some point,
Rivers a good quarterback. Was Phillip Rivers a good quarterback?
dude, he's the same player essentially. Shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm asking though, was he a good quarterback?
We never.
I mean, he was a regular season merchant.
That was a bad quarterback. That's all.
A bad playoff quarterback. A bad playoff quarterback. There's a difference.
Like we said, like I said, bro, Dak is a top 5 quarterback if you take away the playoffs. Once you add those playoffs in there,
Seriously.
that's why he's
Come on,
like
bro.
9, 10.
Hey, Tom.
Jared Goff has had more success, playoff success.
Yes.
Once you start adding motherfuckers in who got records for the most playoff losses in history, you can't. It's
Bro.
it's
Like Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl and he's been to a conference championship game before Dak.
We're not.
What do you mean? Dak hasn't even sniffed a Super Bowl. Has he even been in a conference championship game in his career?
Oh.
All
So what are we talking about?
Next
So like what are we talking about?
All right,
What are we talking about?
I love it. So
It's not even like
before we wrap it up, what do y'all think? Dalvin Cook, good move, not a good move, not a needle mover. Tico, you said it's not a needle mover.
not a needle mover, but I think it's a good move.
What's the worst that
so
can
too.
happen? What's the worst that can happen?
I agree. I think they needed the depth at it at this point, bro. You just got 2 30-year-old running backs with a lot of
Rico
miles.
Dowdle.
We'll see what
Is
we
he
get.
still there?
Yeah,
Rico?
yeah. You read a short fuck.
Him and Deuce Vaughn. That's Coach Son right there. Hey, that's Coach Son. Come on, man.
The short dude, the short.
Yeah, get him the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
that's Coach Son.
He a fan favorite.
Yeah, come on, man.
Not this fan.
So last topic before we switch over to the main event for the weekend. Russell Wilson got officially named as a starter at Pittsburgh.
Run me my money.
I think that shit's gonna change.
Run me my money.
I asked Craig. I asked a Steelers fan. This is what I said. I asked Craig, a Steelers fan. So how long do you think before Justin Fields takes over? How long we thinking? I thought he was going to give me an answer. He said he doesn't know. He really thinks Russ might. He thinks Russ might be the guy.
Starter and might be the finisher.
I mean, it's his job to lose at the end of the day. So if he's playing well and he's doing what he needs to do, and they're winning games, because that's been their problem. Their offense has been non-existent. Like their defense plays well. What'd I say?
Not you, Jimmy. It's what I said.
He's a starter in the finisher, Mike.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
It was
I was in my mode.
Not you, Jimmy. Not you.
I was like, damn. I thought I was going well.
No, it was me. I had it.
But anyway,
go ahead, Jeff.
But anyway, I'm gonna let Jay take his 30. I think it is his job to lose. So if he plays well and they're winning games, like I said, their offense has been non-existent. Like the quarterback play has been really the main reason why their offense hasn't been able to thrive, because the running game hasn't been an issue. And all they did was get Arthur Smith to be their OC, who runs the ball all the fucking time. He was doing it in Atlanta. So I feel like now they can at least be able to say, okay, we can run the ball, establish a run, and then we got Russ to do what he needs to do when we need him to do it. So I think if he plays well, I don't see him losing the starting job. Justin Fields might have to wait.
I also think too, what Arthur Smith is like, he had to run the ball a lot because he had Desmond Ridder as his quarterback.
Exactly. But he still has that run offense in him, obviously, and then he can, now he can expand it now with Russ. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be. We'll see. We might be getting Danger Russ back.
I give 2 Pickens freakouts before Justin Fields is in.
What you think he'll do with Justin Fields come in? You think he'll freak the fuck out?
Right. He really gonna freak out at that point.
Right.
Bad the fuck out.
Can we really stop? Can we get to this point? Like,
here we go. I know what
I'm waiting to the point. I'm waiting until we get there, and I'm gonna be happy when we do. Let me go ahead.
Say he's not good.
Oh man,
you gonna say he's not good?
I need to see this.
I'm wearing the jersey, and this is no disrespect to my guy, man. But we got to get to the point of where we're going to admit, and I'm waiting for y'all whenever y'all ready to come to my side, that Justin Fields is not a good NFL quarterback. Whenever y'all want to keep that side.
So I think he can be.
Okay, go ahead, Jimmy.
I think he can be. You have to realize, bro, he was playing in Chicago, bro. He was playing in Chicago, bro.
When you're as good as
who was he throwing the ball?
Wait, time out, real quick. When you're that good of a quarterback, or you're that guy like you're supposed to be, bro, you're gonna have stretches. You're not just gonna show flashes in one game a season. Like,
but look at Daniel Jones, bro. The same thing happened with Daniel Jones. Look, they drafted him to be their quarterback.
Daniel Jones so much than what Justin Fields is showing.
I mean, I guess because he actually had somebody to throw the ball to, and it wasn't even a receiver. It was Saquon. Saquon was saving his ass. He didn't have any receivers. He was throwing it to Darius Slayton. He was throwing it to Darius Slayton yearly. He was throwing it to him. He was throwing it to Sterling Shepard whenever he was healthy.
And he has one of the highest paid tackles on his team. And
come on, bro.
Stinks. There was offensive lines.
But then we got to think about the offensive coordinator as well, the play calling.
Matt Nagy was terrible.
He was terrible.
It was a bad quarter. He was a bad coach.
Nagy's at the Chiefs right now.
As an OC. As an OC.
Offensive coach.
He's good. No, DC. He's not even calling
the
plays. He took Trubisky to the playoff.
What?
Okay, bro, that's because their defense was also really good.
Bro, Jay. No, Jay, stop. The game plan versus the Browns, who had Myles Garrett as your rookie year as a quarterback with 5-man protection. They was letting Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney after the game, they was like, I don't know what they were doing.
Take away Myles Garrett, bro. Justin Fields holds the ball extremely too long.
He does. But bro, you have to.
But I'm saying that game scares the quarterback.
Stop real quick, Tone.
No, you're not acknowledging that.
Justin Fields holds the ball extremely too long. He came out himself and said he has struggles reading the defense as an NFL quarterback. Himself said that. He also runs himself into a lot of sacks. Outside of being athletic, Justin Fields, he's not a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not a good athlete. I'm not saying anything.
So do you think he's not serviceable?
No, I don't think he's serviceable.
I just think he's not a good quarterback. You just think he's a serviceable quarterback.
I don't even. So
I personally think.
What is serviceable? What's your definition?
Like, just win the game. Just like not fuck up.
No, he can lose you some games himself.
You don't think he's like a Jimmy Garoppolo?
He won 8 games in Chicago when he got DJ Moore. He won 8 games in Chicago when he got DJ Moore.
Bro, he missed 3 of those games, and Tyler Badgett was a starter. Actually, 4 of them.
Hey, give me 2 years of assets on the Steelers, then I'm sold. I'm jumping ship.
Bro, the year. So look, Justin Fields, second year in the league. His second year in the league. Just to give you some context, the Bears went 3-14, right? Justin Fields played in 15 of those games. His receivers were Darnell Mooney and Equanimeous St. Brown. Those are the top 2 guys right here that I'm looking at right now. I'm sure there's some other guys on there on that list, but those are the top 2. Darnell Mooney.
Allen Robinson,
come on, bro. Allen Robinson was washed.
He was decent. No, he didn't get washed until he got traded from there. Let's not do
that. Bro, he got traded from the Jags, bro.
Okay, bro. I'm not saying that Justin Fields was supposed to go there and take these motherfuckers to the playoffs, but I mean, he's the first round quarterback in the top 15.
N'Keal Harry, that's another guy. My bad.
Bro, when you're that guy, bro, you're gonna do something. He did nothing for that team, bro. Nothing.
I mean, never. Bro, what have you possibly done?
You talk about all these quarterbacks, bro. Even Tua went to Miami and showed better flashes than what Justin.
And they got
before they had Tyreek Hill, before they had Jalen Waddle, before they had Mike McDaniel.
Hold on.
Brian Flores was talking about he stinks.
Bro. And at the end of the day, he came an arguably the worst quarterback draft that's come in the NFL, bro. And that's okay to say that he's not good, but like it's been 4 years, bro. It's been 4 years.
Bro, he played for one of the worst teams in the league every year, and they didn't do anything.
I don't hear that, bro. All these other quarterbacks that got drafted, bro, in the past, they went to either bad teams and they either succeed or they didn't succeed.
And their teams are competent and they build around these teams.
Let me say this. Let's make a deal here. Let's make a deal. If he don't give you one competent year with the Steelers, I will jump ship with you. I will join the.
Okay. So here's competent. So, real quick. Is competent? Is that him? What if he doesn't start? What if he never
win a game?
What if he never gets in?
Then we just go to throw him to the wayside. He gonna play at least 5 games.
They're gonna utilize him. Even Mike Tomlin said, like, don't be surprised. He literally said, don't be surprised if we got packages for Justin Fields.
Like a Taysom Hill.
I mean, but shit, bro. I mean, like.
That's what he's going to be.
What else? I mean, yeah, but they got Russ as the starter, so like obviously they can still do that. They saw what he could do.
That's my point. He couldn't even beat Russell Wilson out for the starting job, and we're sitting here trying to.
Bro, Russell Wilson, bro, that wasn't even Justin Fields' job to lose, bro. It was always Russ's job. He was the second quarterback they got.
It was a competition. I
got a question for y'all then. Since we're talking about competition and such and such, do y'all think that it's possible that Russell possibly showed us his worst football? Well, he was regressing with the Seahawks, but do you think like he showed his worst football with the Broncos intentionally, with the purposes of getting out of there? Or do y'all think that's how he was really out there trying?
No, he was out there trying. He was out there trying for sure.
I think so.
Because he wanted to leave. Because he wanted to leave Seattle. Like he wanted to get out of Seattle.
He was the guy.
But what's his relationship with Sean Payton? Like, does he have a good relationship?
It was nasty. No, absolutely not.
But you remember the first year he didn't have Sean Payton though.
Yeah, he didn't have shit. Yeah, he still.
And then
he was terrible. He looked better with Sean Payton.
Then we thought Payton would come in there and fix that shit.
Come on.
And honestly,
that coach.
What'd you say?
That coach was terrible. What is
Nathaniel Hackett? No, Nathaniel Hackett. It was Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah,
he was the OC for the Packers with Aaron Rodgers.
He head coach job.
Remember, because they thought Aaron Rodgers was going to go to Denver, so they hired Nathaniel Hackett trying to get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they tried to get him there, and then
ended up not getting him, and then Russell Wilson was the backup plan.
They got screwed. Yep.
But here's the thing, though.
First year.
But here's the thing, though. Last year, the Broncos had a better year than they did the year before. They were in playoff contention. They were one of the hottest teams in the league. They won like 4 or 5 in a row, like in the middle of the season. No, this is with Russ.
Sean
This was
Payton
with
probably
Russ.
You're right. They did.
And then
get on the run.
and then they came to Detroit. They came to Detroit on I think it was Sunday Night Football,
But did
and they lost.
Did they start
Yes.
Jared? Yeah.
No. Russ played that game. Russ didn't play the last 2 games of the season. This was week 16 when we played the Broncos last year.
I thought he. Damn,
No,
really?
he got benched week 17. That's when Jarrett Stidham came in and played those 2 games.
Okay.
But they were, I mean, if they would have won that game in Detroit, we might be having a whole different conversation here. Who knows if they would have won those next 2 games and made the playoffs and snuck in and maybe done something.
Here's the thing, though. They wanted Russ to take a pay cut. He didn't want to take the pay cut.
Facts, but they could have at that point.
That's simply what it was, and then that's when they benched him.
Right, but that I think if they would have won that game, they probably would have just said, "Okay, well, we might as well get what we can out of him while he's still here. We already know he's going to leave anyway."
I think,
but then at the same time, they did need to lose those games or lose that last game or whatever to essentially get Bo Nix. So
exactly, I think Sean was off of Russell after like the first 4 weeks, bro.
Yeah, he was over it. He was over it. He was over that whole shit.
The whole situation when he came in, he wasn't really fucking with it.
Yeah.
The whole office thing, he got rid of all that shit. Like he came in immediately and was and he wasn't the quarterback. Like he wanted the guy he wanted. And you see how he
over that whole culture over there. He was over that whole shit over there.
All of it. And you see like how he talked about Bo Nix, like he be smiling like a mug every time he talk about Bo Nix. You ain't never see him talk about Russell.
Ear to ear.
I ain't never seen him talk about Russ Wilson like that. And
so we'll see.
Know, bro. We'll see. But I do think, like, at the end of the day, like, bottom line is like I'm sorry, bro. But even Trevor Lawrence got that contract, and I don't understand how. But like that quarterback class is just. It'll be interesting to see. How it plays out, bro. Because there's a lot of people that are like, obviously, Mac Jones is a backup right now. Zach Wilson's a backup right now. Justin Fields is a backup right now. Trevor Lawrence is obviously the starter, but and he's going to be the starter for the foreseeable future with that contract, obviously, as well, too. But it'll be interesting to see, like, what ends up happening really with that draft class because Trey Lance was in that one as well, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, seeing what really all happens with that because it's just crazy how that draft class turned out. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, enough of the NFL because that starts next week.
I'm ready for this topic. Woo! I'm ready for
that starts next week. This week it's all about college football, baby.
It's gang. It's all about gang.
It's time. No, let me finish. It's time for teams to try and, defend their title. It's time for teams to
what did he say? What did he say?
Get back what they think is rightfully theirs. What they should have been all along.
Thank you, Jay.
It's time, man. It's back, man. Like I already felt it a little bit last week. We had an upset in Dublin, out in Dublin, Ireland, Florida State. Are we shocked that they lost? Honestly, like at the end of the day, are we shocked that they lost to Georgia Tech?
Shout out Jamal Haynes. Jamal Haynes.
That's what you call a trap game.
He was going crazy. Jamal Haynes. He was going crazy.
The dudes in the locker room, the Georgia Tech players in the locker room after the game, they said, "Oh, they was ranked 10. They was ranked 10."
Put in the dirt.
Yeah, man. So already got, and then also SMU almost losing to Nevada last week,
bro.
And then ultimately,
what was going on yesterday?
So
what was going on?
There was a lot going on in that game.
They were running a 2 quarterback. So it was Preston Stone, and I think his name was Kevin Johnson or Kevin Williams or something like that. But I guess they were just playing both of them. Like
I'm started with the upset. So like, why was
it's just college football, man.
Zero.
Hey, these niggas been playing too much NCAA football. That's why.
No, but you
these niggas not locked in.
And I'm about to give you all something. I'm about to give you all
week 0, bro. It's week 0.
It's NIL money, bro. All these teams are decent now, bro. I'm trying to tell you, these kids trying to prove themselves. These kids trying to prove themselves. They're like, shit, I was only a 2-star, but he can't fuck with me. He might have had a good Nike camp, and he got a 4-star now, but I'm better than this. And they out there really showing themselves.
I'll tell you what. I don't know. If NIL is going to be the reason why college football in real life is what it is now with all these upsets and all these close games and everybody being good, I need the same energy in the video game because there ain't no reason why I can't get half the guys I want to get because I can't offer them some money. Like they gotta make it a thing.
Here's the thing, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I'm not agreeing with what y'all saying because the big schools is always going to get the guys because they're always going to have the bigger pocketbooks. They're always going to have the bigger money. They're always going to have those guys rolling in. And the
Okay.
thing is too is like those smaller schools get the guys in the portal. Like
Jay, I'm gonna tell you this: it's 5 schools that can pull that shit off. Y'all one of them.
Exactly.
Georgia,
Georgia,
Oregon,
Texas,
Texas,
Bama,
and Bama.
Bama.
and,
That's
Yeah.
pretty
and
much.
Georgia now too.
He said Georgia. He said Georgia.
Yeah, that's
okay.
5. LSU kind of swindling.
LSU
Really,
kinda in there.
really,
You know,
any
Brian Kelly's a good recruiter though, so he's kind of swindling back in there at number 6. But it's like, I think we're number 3 right now as far as ranking.
Y'all is,
recruiting,
y'all
but,
is, yeah.
but it's like that shit is evolving now because we have an actual recruiting coach now. You feel me? So shit changes when you got a recruiting coach. But like how you said, it's only so many programs that, like you said, have the money, have the wherewithal. Like, hey, I'm going to Ohio State. I'm going to the Ohio State. Like, and it don't matter. Like, a lot of these kids getting overlooked though.
No, you're right though. No, you're right. You're right.
They got pride. They're like, man, fuck that. These 5 stars ain't better than
I mean,
me.
that's the reason Michigan's been beating us the last few years. Like, if you really want to be honest to it, bro, it's like we got a bunch of 5 stars, but it's like it's a lot of they got a lot of 3 and 4 stars.
3 and 4.
Like they like,
gritty.
or it's
they
people.
had to spend the money to.
And the thing is too is like the thing is that be fucking it up is like even like a couple Ohio players are going to make because they're like, damn, Ohio State didn't even recruit me. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
that's how it is back and forth. That's how it is with Michigan and Ohio high school guys.
Type shit.
Oh yeah.
So
that's across all sports.
Hey,
but I do think
watching. If you see a fucking minus 39, go get that plus money, plus 39. And if you want to get a teaser.
There was a couple of things I know we're gonna get into it later on, but before it slips my mind, there's a couple of things. There was a couple of bets I saw that was really nice. One of them I think was for Penn State to make the college football playoff, and
hey, that's a good.
I believe the odds were like
for that. It's a boost.
It's a profit boost for it.
What was it? Was it minus? Are they like minus 630 or something like that for the odds?
No, they're probably. You mean plus 630?
630. I'm sorry, 630. I think.
Yeah, probably. I think there was only like 2 or 3 teams that were like, maybe like 4 or 5 teams that were minus money. But then like even Michigan, I feel like with the 12-team playoff, bro, anything is possible for who.
Right.
Like I could be a lot more confident saying, oh, Michigan can make the playoffs if we lose 1-2 games this year. If we lose any games this year, like
I think Michigan has like better, like you know what I'm saying, more money if you bet on Michigan to make the college
football
playoff. It's plus 330.
Yeah, I said 370 when I seen it.
Yeah, so it's like
so Penn State's ain't plus 630 then because Michigan's is definitely higher on that point.
I need Penn State.
A lot of people think Michigan ain't gonna make the playoff.
No, you don't.
It's crazy.
No, you don't. Penn State is I guess to make the playoff now, but Penn State is notorious. They're notorious. They're notorious for choking down the stretch.
I know. I gotta look at the schedules first because you gotta really look at like the back end of the schedule because
they don't have to. So I will say this: Penn State's thing that's always fucked them up in the Big Ten is they usually always have. There's no usually always. They've always had to play Michigan and Ohio State in the same season. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
And they're not beating both. They're not beating both. They may be one, but they're not beating both of them in the same season. Now they don't have to play Penn State. I mean, they don't have to play Michigan and Ohio State in the same season because they don't play Michigan this year. So they play. I know they play us, and then I don't know what other tough team they play.
So I'll tell you who they play this year.
USC maybe like they don't have a tough Big Ten opponent.
Their schedule's not that tough this year.
Yeah, it's not, but I would say it's not tough.
They got to
play.
That late in the season.
No, it's right in the middle of the season. They play Penn State or they play Ohio State on November 2nd, and they play USC 2 weeks before that 3 weeks before that because they got a bye in between there.
Yeah.
But they play USC on the road. Other than that,
that's it.
Other than that, it's a very easy schedule. I mean, they play at Wisconsin, which you never know how Wisconsin is. You know,
come out there and be fucking firing on all cylinders.
They just they be hot, but Penn State is like I like them. There was another one that I was looking at with Texas A&M to win the SEC.
Oh, I don't know about that. Texas A&M is going to be good this year.
So
they're going to be good this year.
Them and Ole Miss, I like. But the reason I said this because I think Ole Miss has to play. The only reason I don't like Ole Miss is because I believe they do play Georgia.
They play us too.
I don't know if they play Alabama, but I know they play Georgia for sure.
They play Georgia. Yeah, they play Georgia.
We lost them last time to Hail Mary.
I know. I
don't think they play Alabama this year. But the reason I don't like Ole Miss as much in the trenches, but I like Texas A&M. The reason I like Texas A&M is because their schedule is fairly decent, and a lot of their tough games, like their hardest games, are at home. They're all at home.
Place to play.
They're all at
outfield.
I'm saying they got a crazy ass stadium too.
I do, and I think with Bama, I think Bama's I mean, I don't think they're going to be bad, but I do think Bama's going to take a little step back without having Nick Saban there. Like, I still think
Milroe's going.
I like Milroe a lot.
What Milroe
I'm saying,
does.
I'm saying 2 games lost, so I'm saying they may not compete for the SEC
I
championship.
think
They're going to be a college football playoff team.
But
it's gonna be Georgia again. Texas third.
But I feel like, and today, like, it's hard to say 2 losses is not going to get you in the conference championship game, especially in the SEC. Think about all the powerhouses in the SEC.
Okay.
You got Oklahoma, who's going to make some noise. Oklahoma's a young team, but they're going to be good this year. I think they'll be serviceable.
LSU.
Texas, you got.
LSU.
Let me get there. I've only named 2 teams. You got Texas. That's just the second team. You got LSU. You got Florida. I mean, who knows what Florida's going to do this year?
No.
Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, they. So anyway, you got Georgia, obviously. You got Ole Miss. Like, you have like at least 7 or 8 teams that could beat anybody in the SEC really on a good day. So it's like it's hard to say 2 losses is gonna.
I think. So I was reading earlier, and what I was reading earlier is, damn, I can't remember doing that bullshit again. What I was reading earlier is that they were saying that they think it'll be possibly 4 to 5 teams out of the SEC that get into the college football playoff.
4 or 5?
4 to 5.
That seems like a lot.
I don't think so. This is why. There's possibly 4 to 5 teams that could get in. There's obviously 12 teams. One small school gets the is going to get the bid. Like one small school is guaranteed in. So that's 11 spots. The Big Ten is probably going to put out 3, possibly 4 this year.
Well, you got to go by chance.
No, the Big 12 is probably only going to put out 1. The ACC is probably only going to put out 1, maybe 2, maybe 2. So SEC is going to have 3 or 5 teams in there, bro. Like they're gonna.
I think Clemson.
I don't think Clemson. Obviously, Florida State. I don't think Florida State. Miami is your best bet, but Miami's going to choke. I don't trust the coach.
My best bet.
I don't know, man. I feel like based off what I've seen,
Clemson, my best bet because
I think
that's their dark horse.
The ACC too,
because you got to think about their schedule. They bet their hardest game in the schedule. Their first game.
Who they play week 1?
They play Florida State.
They play Georgia, and and if they win that game,
they're not winning that game.
Maybe
if they lose, though,
maybe.
It ain't gonna be no real pool.
Yeah, because it's week 1. It's gonna go both ways.
I think Clemson's time is cooked just because, bro. He don't even want to mess. He doesn't use the transfer portal. Your methods are outdated, bro. You're not even tapping into the transfer portal. All these other schools.
They got a good team over there, though. People sleep on
a good team.
They got a decent team, bro. He recruits well, but I'm not.
He recruits well.
He's cooked.
Let me tell you, none of that shit matters because Ohio State would be the national champion.
Thank you, Tony.
That's really. I heard all that shit just to hear y'all talk about all these teams making it and everything. None of that shit matters.
I'm not mad at
on Saturday at 3:30, Ohio State
Columbus at the shoe.
Come on now.
I'm not mad at that. I have to win the national championship this year.
I'm just putting that out there.
As you should, brother.
I know how this shit works. We right now, we getting back in our groove. We gonna have a good season this season. We might lose 1 or 2 games.
Y'all losing 1 or 2 games. Not even trying to be
T-Cole, did you real quick? T-Cole, did you say you was giving out loans? Can I get a loan?
Huh? Loans?
You said you bet on Ohio State to win a national championship this year, so I just thought you was giving out free money. I just you were giving out free money that I could get a quick $20 or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just looking at it as far as schedule. I'm looking at schedule.
Can I say something real quick, man?
What's up? What's on your mind?
I'm not gonna give Ohio State no credit if I ain't got to.
Don't be like Tay. Tay did the same thing. Tay put his money on Ohio State too.
Stay over that way. What John Moran say, stay over that way.
But what are y'all doing? What are y'all gonna do this year? What are y'all gonna do this year?
Stay over that way.
Don't worry about us. Don't worry about us. We're gonna surprise a lot of people this year. We're gonna surprise a lot of people.
Worry about your investigations.
Hey, don't let us get to the playoff. Don't let us get to the playoff because y'all seen what we've done in the playoff. We just did it last year.
Lose
Us-
to
Hey,
TCU.
I see what y'all did the year before that, and I see y'all not making the playoffs.
So we're gonna talk about 2 years ago. We're gonna talk about 2 years ago.
It kills me
Stop
because
playing.
Michigan fans act like they never lived in the past for the last 26 years of my goddamn life, and all of a
How?
sudden,
What? How could I possibly live in the past, bro? I was never before the last 3 years. I was never like, oh well. I remember when we beat y'all in 2011. And like, what, bro? Why? Why would that? No, I didn't. Because why would I? Because we lost the next 10 years after that.
So
So
you
it's
be
like, what
humble
difference?
about it then, because y'all haven't done shit really.
No.
in the
I was
You
humble.
Hello,
I was humble
hello,
the first year.
hello. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Right.
I hate getting into this, bro.
I hate when y'all get to doing this. Like this.
They
This
fucking
what I
suck.
want y'all. Come on. This is what I want y'all to stop doing. Look, when we talk about our team, y'all see how easy I am to get off my team. Boom, it's cool. Boom, y'all boys is too passionate. Are y'all on the
That's
team?
because
No,
hey, bro,
nobody-
it's different, bro.
You're
Are
not-
y'all-
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
don't
from
do that,
Ohio,
Chico.
and
But
you
look,
like
don't get
LSU.
it.
Look,
You're from
you have
Ohio,
to-
you
you
like
have to-
LSU, brother.
But when we
You
doing
don't
something,
understand.
look. What, Tom? Nigga, we got
It's
more than
different, bro. It's
championships.
different, bro. You don't have no Georgia fans. You don't
We
have
have
no
more than
Florida
championships.
fans.
bro.
You don't have nobody to argue with. Like you don't have nobody to argue with here.
No, but this is why I don't like Old State. I was an Old State fan before I was an LSU fan. I had dissociated myself from y'all because y'all some fuck niggas. This is why.
Facts.
You have
Facts.
to separate. I'm a fan of football first before I'm a fan of anything. I'm a fan of football.
Nigga, I'm not. I'm an Ohio State fan first and everything second.
See, look, this is our problem. See,
Everything
I'm
second.
Thank
a
you,
fan
Jay.
of the game.
Preach the gospel, Mr. Campaign Jay. I'm listening.
I'm a
Everything
fan of the
second.
game first.
Hey,
I can
And
give a
then
damn.
Chico.
They
I'm
don't
a
get it without
realist.
Ohio State football.
I'm a
Football doesn't
realist.
exist without us. Literally.
wow.
It
Wow.
don't. It
Wow. What do you have to show for that? One national championship? We could say the
don't.
same
I've got
fucking
two in my
thing.
lifetime. I've got two in my
Okay,
lifetime.
but in the last 15 years, Jay.
Talk to me nice, Jay.
I haven't
And we
been-
beat
I'm
y'all
older
niggas
than
for the
15,
for the
Jimmy.
first
Like,
one,
what do
Jay.
you mean?
For
I'm
the
damn
first
near
one,
30,
Jay.
Jimmy.
Talk to me
I'm damn
nice,
near
Jay.
30.
Talk
Okay,
to
but
me
what I'm
nice,
saying
Jay.
is, bro, how can y'all say that y'all
Damn near 30,
are
Jimmy.
college football? Well, y'all have
Yeah,
y'all have
nigga,
two. Y'all have
Eastwood,
two
nigga.
national championships, and they're what 13 years apart, and y'all haven't even been to the national. Y'all been to the national championship game once since then and lost.
Hey, Jay.
So
Don't
it's
say
like,
nothing. Bitch players talking
We
like
been to one
starters. I
national
How do
hate
y'all-
it.
championship and
Hey,
you fucking won.
give me
Hey, bitch
Alabama.
players
Put some
talking like
respect on
starters.
our
I
name.
hate it, man.
Put some respect
Come
on
on,
our
man.
name. In your
If I'm
lifetime,
talking about
you've only saw
Alabama's
4
won a
wins.
lot.
Put some
Hey.
respect on our goddamn name.
I think
You're
Hey.
26.
Alabama.
You're
Alabama
22 and
has
4. You're 4
Alabama
and
has had a
22.
lot of success.
I seen
You're 4
three,
and
Jay.
22.
Hey, Jay, I seen 3, and one of them was
I
against
can't talk shit
y'all.
to you. That's what you. I
Hey.
don't say shit to you, Cole.
So look, we don't have to do
When
this.
it comes to this
We don't.
shit.
We could
I
go.
don't
We
say
could
shit about
go.
LSU. I let the Tigers have their glory. I don't say shit because y'all whooped our ass a couple times. I'm not
They
saying
took
much
our
about y'all, bro.
quarterback.
And
So-
y'all whooped our ass in national championships. I can't say
So-
shit about LSU. But them pissy ass niggas up north always think that they always got something to say, and they haven't. Like, bro, you're 26, 27 years old.
Hey.
You've seen your team win 4 times against me, bro. Pipe
Hey.
down.
All I'm
Pipe
saying
the
is
fuck
y'all
down.
haven't seen
Niggas stink.
Ohio State.
You
Y'all haven't
niggas
seen Ohio State
stink.
beat
And then-
Michigan since.
and then your only good
See-
times of winning have come during the most controversial shit of your university's lifetime.
Hey, so
Literally.
you
All those wins have come with goddamn
you
controversy.
get your points across
Pipe
by
down.
yelling very loud.
Pipe down.
That's how you
You're
like.
under investigation right now. As
So-
you speak. As
Are
Jimmy's
you
calling
finished?
Jay.
Are you finished?
Jimmy's calling Jay angry
Are you
black
finished?
man.
You can't even
Bro.
Don't do
say
it,
shit.
Jimmy. Don't do it, Jimmy.
Like, are you done, bro? Because you be
No, you're not getting shit
wasting
in.
your voice
You're not getting
yelling.
shit in.
See, bro,
Fuck y'all.
this is why Ohio State fans are
Next
nasty.
topic.
That's a
Next
prime
topic.
example right there.
Next topic.
That's a prime example of why these fans are always bitter when they don't win. And that's really sad. Like the last
Bro,
time
I've
Ohio
won
State
more
beat
than that
Michigan,
happened, bro.
the
I've won
last
more
time
than that
Ohio
happened.
State beat Michigan,
won
I
more
was in
than that happened.
college. I was in college the
more
last
than
time
that
Ohio State beat Michigan.
You've been more disappointed on November 25th than I have. By 4.
Hey,
Multiply
hey.
by 4.
Hey,
By 4.
I like to live in the moment. I like to live in the
I
present.
would too if
Like
I was getting my ass whooped and I was 4 and 22.
what?
I wouldn't want to
I
live in
would
the
too if I was.
Hey,
What do
Jay.
you mean, bro? Who looks at the past when you're in the present, bro? How are you gonna talk about a team from that?
What was
What's
the
up?
next
What's
topic?
up, Chico?
Hey, let's
What was the next
stop.
topic?
Let's get to these
next
lines. Jimmy.
Yeah,
15.
man. I just
We
like
got 4 big games. We got like 30. We got like 30 games Saturday, but we got 4 bangers for y'all. Give us the line. We gonna start.
so obviously he had already Jay had already mentioned it. We got Clemson and Georgia. That's gonna be a good game. Georgia is minus 13.5 in that game.
I'm staying
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad about taking that minus 13.5. Where's that game at actually? I didn't put where the
Is that
games
a
were
neutral
this
site?
weekend, but
That's not a
is
neutral
it
site.
at a neutral site or is it in Georgia? I think it is a neutral site.
Oh, yeah.
Neutral site.
Is it neutral site first week?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I don't know though.
It's Chick-fil-A kickoff. It's a
But
Chick-fil-A
like,
kickoff.
so it's in Georgia. So it's in
It might be in
Georgia.
Georgia though.
I mean, no, Aflac. It's the Aflac kickoff. I said Chick-fil-A. It's Aflac kickoff.
That's neutral field.
Yeah, neutral field.
That could be
It's
in
a neutral
Carolina, though.
field. The game is in it's going to be in a bigger stadium than that for sure. It's at Mercedes Benz
I'm about to say
and
Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta.
Mercedes
Atlanta.
Benz Stadium. Yeah, it's in Atlanta, which
Oh,
I figured it would be in
That's
Georgia.
the
I
home
mean,
game.
both of those teams. I mean,
That's the home
Clemson is in South Carolina and Georgia's obviously in
That's
Georgia.
home
So,
That's home.
no, I will say Clemson fans do travel very well. Clemson fans are very, very, very.
Not a far travel.
I'm not gonna hold you real quick though. But like even when Georgia plays, because they play in the Mercedes-Benz Dome for the SEC championship, they flood that motherfucker, bro. They're about to flood.
For sure, they probably will. They probably will. Hey, but
First game of the season.
They about to.
I
That's
think-
a home game.
I think for the first game of the season, I feel like any line over 10 points for a ranked matchup, like this rank of a matchup, what, 2 top 10 teams? Nah, Clemson's 14, but still, I mean, they play better than that. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I might have to take Clemson minus 13.5, but at the same time, and it's Georgia we
I'll
talk
take
about.
Clemson plus 13.5. I'll take Clemson.
I mean, I like that plus 13.5 because I feel like it's going to be,
You took Clemson plus 13.5.
I would say Clemson plus 13.5.
Because you gotta look at it like this, bro. I don't think neither one of them about to be scoring. For they both got 2 good defenses. I don't think neither one of them about to be lighting the scoreboard up. So I think it's gonna be like a 1 possession game, honestly.
It's gonna be, I mean, you have to think it's week 1. So
Yes,
like we're not gonna see
like that's what you got.
we're not gonna see a single player. We're not gonna see a single team at their best form. So it's gonna be a lot of errors.
Know, bro, sometimes you see teams come out. I'm not saying they're gonna be the best form, but you see like that defense might not be at their best form, so you might see a lot of points scored on one side of the floor.
It's a lot of great lines out there.
I'm gonna say that you made a great point, Jay. The games I watched last week, it was very defensively heavy. We seen a lot of offense miscues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. I think the offense is gonna be fucking up more than the defenses is because defense really like once we watch film, it is what it is. Like you got to beat us. Offense is kind of like we installing shit every week. Like we installing new shit every week. Defense is kind of like we got this. We got a couple checks we can run to this. Offense is we gonna run our shit and you got to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how I look at it is Clemson was not great last year. How many games did they lose last year? They lost at least 3 or 4. Clemson is when is the last time Clemson has lost 3 or 4 games in a season? I think one thing that Clemson will always have is they're always going to get guys. They're always going to try. I mean, they are one of those programs like they are essentially a program that kind of made college football what it is now. They were going to national championship, winning national championships.
Bama, Georgia, O State. I thought
Clemson was in multiple
up in there.
Yeah, so it's like they're going to find ways to retool and get guys. They're going to bring guys back. They're going to recruit hard. They're going to spend money because, like I said, Clemson football.
I really hate
Clemson football is very. They care a lot about football. I know some like they care. So they go. So their boosters, their fans, they're going to find ways to get money to their guys. So they'd be like, hey, go ahead.
But they don't do they do NIL somewhat. They're not like a big NIL spender, and they don't do transfer portal, bro. Which is why I think we've seen them lose 3 or 4 games last year because of that reason. Like I feel like they're gonna fall behind, bro. Like you low key have to tap into the transfer portal. There's no way that you cannot. Like
to some extent.
I'm
to
not
get
sold,
guys that you didn't get for sure.
I'm not sold on Clemson, bro. I think the ACC in general is going to be a shit conference. I think, and you're going to have somebody.
Always has been.
I think it's always on the uptime. If I'm sorry, y'all, but this NIL shit got me thinking different.
I don't know, bro. I think, but you have to dig into it. Like if you're not using it,
NC State and the ACC,
they are,
and they solid.
They could.
They are solid. I'll say
they could be a team that could come in.
They're gritty.
I'll say the ACC is more competitive now because
the quarterback for sure.
There's 4 teams now instead of 2.
The ACC conference as a whole is a lot more competitive because the top teams have declined. Florida
Right.
State used to be a top team. I mean, hell, Florida State won undefeated last year, but obviously they didn't make the playoff, and then they lost this year. So it's like they've always had up and down seasons for real.
And
And
they
then
lost
you
a
got
lot of
other
talent.
teams,
They lost a lot of
right?
talent.
And then you got Miami, who hasn't been in the spotlight for I don't know how long. I couldn't tell you the last time
Cristobal.
Miami.
No, they got De'Aaron King. They got De'Aaron King.
Mario
Yeah.
Cristobal stinks.
Who?
He's a bad coach. Their coach.
Who they got? They got Cam Ward.
Cam
Well,
Ward
I
is the
mean, Cam
quarterback.
Ward-
Derek King is
They got Devin
No,
Martinez and Chris Johnson.
They
They got a lot of talent in
They
Miami,
do.
but
But it's like
I
they
don't
just-
trust their coach. I don't trust their coach, and they always got talent. I just don't trust their coach.
So it's like-
Cristobal.
Yeah,
Chris
and I think
So-
they play Texas A&M like week 1, don't they?
who?
No, when do they play? When do they play?
They play Florida.
Texas
They play
A&M.
Florida.
They play Florida.
They play
They
Florida.
play for it. That's still be a big game.
I'm not gonna lie, it's -2.5.
Yeah. So
I take-
let's get to it. Florida and Miami.
I'm taking Clemson -13 plus 14.5, 13.5.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Georgia-
Clemson plus
hey,
13 and a
I'm
half.
taking Georgia
Georgia-
minus 13.5.
Hey,
I'm
I'm either
taking Georgia
taking
-13.5.
I'm either taking Clemson plus 13 and a half, or I'm taking Georgia minus an alternate spread of some sort, like one possession. Like
I
that's
think it's gonna be like a 3-7 point game.
I don't.
I don't think it's
Georgia's
gonna be
pissed.
close.
Georgia's
I don't think
pissed.
it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't.
What
think
are they
it's-
pissed about?
Dude, they didn't make the play.
They didn't make the playoff. They didn't make the playoff last year,
And they
defense-
did. They
kinda
would have. They
average, too.
and then they
Yeah, they-
steamrolled Florida State.
Their offense terrible though. Their offense is
Yeah.
not what it's supposed to
It's
be.
not.
I
Well,
wouldn't
Carson
say
Beck.
that.
Ooh.
I
They
wouldn't
still
say
got Trevor
Beck is cool.
Etienne.
I wouldn't
And
say
Trevor-
that.
Trevor Etienne will be
They
good for them
got-
this year.
Clemson's-
And they
Clemson's-
got
Oscar Delp.
Oscar Delp.
Oscar Delp.
Clemson's defense was the problem last year. Like really, like their defense was awful, and I
Their
don't.
defense got way better this year.
We'll see.
For sure.
We'll see. I do think Georgia's going to win by 2 touchdowns, but we'll see. I mean, that's the nice thing about college football is you never know how it's going to happen.
Never know. It's unpredictable. Next
So,
game,
all right,
So,
Miami game.
Next
Jimmy,
game, we got Florida. I think Clemson Georgia is a rivalry game. So if that's the case, we got another one
Yeah.
with Florida Miami. That's always a big game every year. It's in the swamp this year. The line for that game is Miami minus 2.5. Florida had a disappointing year last year. I think they went like 7-5 or something like that. Maybe they went 5-7. I can't remember what it was, but obviously not playing how they want to play. SEC football is very passionate about their teams. Whenever their teams and when their teams play bad, when their teams play bad, that's when they start to panic and they start to retool. Florida's one of those teams. Like, I mean, we saw how good they were back in the day. You would think they would have been able to keep that going, but now they got DJ Lagway. They have Graham Mertz as a starter again. I think he came back this year he started for them last year, and obviously he did what he did. So maybe we see DJ Lagway week 1. Maybe we see him a little bit farther down the line. But Florida's still a solid team. They have a really good. They have a good team. I feel like they're just not to that level of SEC teams.
Yeah, for my parlay, I took Cam Ward because of experience.
That's true.
But now because he's been there. But now looking back at it, knowing it's at the swamp, he never had this type of crowd either.
Facts. It's a big rivalry game.
This type of atmosphere. He never been in type because like where was he at Washington State?
Mhm.
Yeah, their biggest game was Washington in the Apple Cup.
Like that's not really
Pac-12.
like you in the SEC. Like it's really diehard fan.
Oh yeah,
like,
your first game. He in the ACC.
Miami's ACC.
In his
I
first
think
game of the year.
Pac-12 last year, I think was better than the ACC this year.
yeah. So, but I think he does have a good game, but I don't think they win that game. Looking at that now, playing in the swamp, your first game in them type of waters. You feel me? I feel like Florida wins by a field goal.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
I think that's gonna be a good. I think that's gonna be the best game out the 4 that we're gonna say.
I think so too. Just because I think the rivalry makes it kind of what it is too. But I mean, I'm here for it. I'm a rivalry game like this.
All rivalry games damn near besides LSU.
Battle of Florida.
Give me Florida.
So yeah,
give me Florida. on that one.
you got Florida.
I would take Florida on the money line.
I would take Florida on the money line too. That would be a game I would take them on the money line.
That's
Just
what I'm
because.
taking for sure. I'm definitely
Just
taking.
because.
I'm taking Florida on the money line in the swamp. It's a hostile place to play. You know what I'm saying? Let's just
Gator
hit it,
chop.
man. Come on, man.
Gator chop.
I'm not doing that shit. They beat
Yes,
us in the
sir.
national championship too.
Oh man,
15 years ago, bro. Holy
Bro,
shit.
I don't let shit die.
Period. I can see that. I can see that.
For my money.
Anyways,
For my money.
anyways, The next game we got Notre Dame at Texas A&M.
Give me Texas A&M.
Give me Notre Dame.
I don't think so. The line for that is A&M -2.5.
I'm
I
actually
think
taking.
I'm going to take them.
Notre Dame.
I don't know.
Money
Actually, I don't
line.
know. Notre Dame
money line.
is a really good team. They have a really good team right now. They got Riley Leonard. You know, he was good last year at Duke. He played really well last year at Duke. Their defense is really nice. They got one of the best corners in the country. A top 5, arguably a top 10 pick in the draft.
Hey, tell me
Hey,
something.
and
Real quick before y'all get into this. Before y'all start. Tell me the last time Notre Dame has won a big game.
They beat Georgia a few years ago. First game of the season.
How many years ago was that?
I don't know how long ago it was, but you asked how long. It wasn't like it was. It's like far out. It wasn't like it's super far away.
Like you said though,
They barely lost to Ohio State last year.
A lot of their package is not in the first game of the season. When you catch these teams like this at these points in the season,
Going on the road, week 1 in the Texas A&M. Going on the road, week 1 in the Texas A&M.
It's a big game, but they have it. But
it's tough.
I think they have the team. They have the defensive line for sure. I mean, they're listen. I've seen them from NCAA. So I'm just looking. That's why I feel like But listen.
Okay.
But listen. Now let me finish. It's no bias, bro. It's no bias. I'm looking at these guys, and I haven't even played with Notre Dame, but I'm just looking at these guys, and I'm seeing their overalls. Like obviously, they know something. They know they're gonna be good.
Okay, time out.
So it's like
John Junkins was over here hitting the spin move like he was damn.
Okay, bro. Okay, that's
like Bo Jackson.
But the reason why they did that,
highlights, he's never hit a spin move like that in real life.
I understand. They did that because they were trying to like make it known, like, oh, he's one of the best guys in the country. That's why they did that.
It's a game, bro.
Jeremiah Love is gonna be there too. Like they have a lot of guys.
Notre Dame is good, bro. But again, they haven't won a big game, and I can't remember. And at the same time, bro, like, thank you. They get overrated every single year. Every year we do this about Notre Dame, bro. Every year they look good, whatever it is. And they never finish the job.
I'm taking Notre Dame.
I am a Notre Dame hater. I do not like Notre Dame.
Season. That's why I'm taking them. How early it is in the season.
Yeah, like who does Texas A&M have? Who does have Texas A&M?
Really good. Just like how I said, Notre Dame defense.
He's record nasty, Jay.
I said Notre Dame defense, bro. Texas A&M
Who's their quarterback?
Really too good.
No, it's
Connor Speakman.
Yeah.
Who's returning? He was actually pretty decent last year. He didn't really play too much. He was a freshman.
Nasty too.
He's a sophomore though, coming in this year. He's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good.
We'll see.
So they have a lot of good run. They have like 4 good running backs at Texas A&M.
Fast as fuck.
They have like a really good. They have a decent receiving core.
That's where A-Chain came from.
They have a really good offensive line. Their defensive line is damn near one of the best in the country. Like I'm Texas A&M at home. Like I think Texas A&M personally, like I said, Texas A&M to me is going to be a college football playoff team, and I think they're going to be a
dark
top
horse.
SEC. I think they're going to be a top 4 team. Yeah, I do. I think they're going to be a top 4 team in the SEC.
That's fair. But they can still be a top 4 team in the SEC and lose week 1 against Notre Dame.
They're going to lose it because at the end of the day, for them to be a top 4 team in the college football playoff team, they cannot lose any games that are not conference games.
Feed me. Dope.
That's not true. I feel like that's not true
because they played Texas and they played Texas the last game of the season. I think they play Alabama.
Money line. Feed me.
Their schedule's going to be tough regardless.
Notre Dame money line.
But if they're as good as you say they are, they can lose a game and be able to bounce back.
Can we put a side bet in with any like outside of FanDuel? Can we do
what
that?
Do you want to do? What do you want to do?
A friendly 20.
All right. Do you want to take it? Do you want to take NDSU?
I don't want no points. I don't want
no. Hold up. Can we parlay this? Can I take Colorado money line? Because I know you're betting against them too.
We're not even talking about Colorado. We're not even. Next game, because no. Next game, we're not gonna go there. They're not getting a highlight on this show right now.
Thank you.
So the next game we got is USC and LSU. That game is in Vegas.
LSU by 30.
The line is LSU -4.5.
I think I would hammer
that. LSU by 30.
It's a ranked game. It's 2 ranked opponents. What you mean?
Give me -4.5
by 30.
USC is
Give
terrible.
me -4.5.
Hey, hold on. Who? Miller Moss? What? We just forgetting that he plays there? Zachariah Brent? Hey, Jay, you should know about him. You should know
about NCAA, bro. This is not NCAA.
But they got guys on their team though. Miller Moss played well last year.
What is
Timeout.
Miller Moss done?
He played well in that bowl game, did he not?
Hey, Jimmy,
Timeout.
we about to rush for 300 yards.
Yes.
Oh, probably. Yeah, but I mean,
They're
at the end of the
gonna
day, it is.
Probably going to pass
go
for another
forward,
300.
But let's not act like USC doesn't have at least a couple guys that can
They're
make
gonna
some plays.
stink this year, bro.
For sure.
LSU, I
The
mean,
defense
USC,
is a problem.
USC is going to be awful, like bad this year, bro. Like bad.
Oh yeah, well they're playing in the Big. You got to think
They're
they're playing in the Big Ten.
Miller Moss is
They're
crazy.
Pac-12 teams are never known for their defense.
LSU
I'm not saying he's about to come out and be spectacular, but he's not ass. Like the one game I saw him, he played well.
Even last game, Jim.
That was the last game.
LSU
Unless y'all want to throw Colorado in there, because I guess that's what Tom wants to talk about. Even though they're probably playing like.
How are y'all not excited about that? Y'all not excited?
Excited about what?
I took the over, Jim. Tom.
Yeah, y'all excited?
I would.
That's not hard to do in a Colorado game. You can definitely take the over and be safe.
Colorado's going to be. They're playing North Dakota State.
North Dakota State, bro.
They're pretty good in the division, though.
They're pretty good, bro. But it's no.
It's a different.
But it's not. But that's a game that Colorado should win. That's why I'm saying like.
I thought Jay would be nasty and bet against them because
No,
Jay's
I mean I'm not going to be stupid. They should beat
Colorado.
them. But I also will say this as well too. Why I think LSU is going to win by 30 is Lincoln Riley literally was asking to get out of that game. He didn't want to play LSU. He literally said they asked to get out of that game,
Tough.
and Brian Kelly's like, hell no, we can whip your ass pretty much. Like,
Yeah, tough.
USC is USC.
And Will Campbell been talking nasty too. He been talking so nasty. Will Campbell he said we're gonna run that bitch 45 times.
I think LSU is gonna be a good. I don't know if they make the. And I'm not even hating. I don't know if they made the college football player because the SEC is so tough.
Got tough ass schedule too.
It's so tough. Yeah, y'all do. Y'all because y'all play Bama and Georgia, don't y'all?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, yeah. So it's tough. It's really tough for LSU, but they're gonna belt
Because
them.
Bama is our rivals and Georgia's in our division, like in our
Yep. And y'all because y'all still got the division
every year.
Yeah.
So it's every year.
So yeah, y'all gonna belt belt them. Yeah,
No, we're
30.
gonna rush for 120 against LSU.
All right. Thank you for joining us at Drunk Uns Podcast. We had another amazing show. Tone did some bullshit before we left, but we want to take the pressure. You feel me? We're appreciative. I'm a little lit now, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. Thank you for joining us on this podcast. Hey, our recorded show is dropping not this Saturday, but next Saturday, and it's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be so sweet.
Please stop it. Please
Stop
stop
We
it.
got new commercial
y'all
too.
shirt's coming. Y'all shirt's coming. I'm about to go grab them tomorrow.
New commercial too.
New commercial on the way as well, for sure. We shot that bitch outside.
Hey, be looking out for
and real quick,
drive too.
Yeah, I was about to say we already got one fan. I got a notification saying that we had 10 teams in there. I don't know who all joined. I didn't even look at it, but we all have another one opened up just for some other people to join. We'll have a draft date within the next day or two. So check the Discord. And while y'all at the Discord, y'all might as well follow the Discord.
The Discord.
We got fantasy leagues, we got dynasties, we got franchises and Madden. Come join in on the fun, man. It's a good time. Talk some shit.
But no, we will have
Stand your ground.
fantasy drafts going in. So look out for that. We'll post some stuff on Instagram and Discord to be able to go ahead and join in those. We have 2 leagues. Maybe one with a buy-in.
I was about to say, and if enough people want to join, we might even have a third one.
Yeah. So
just all depending on who wants to join.
Thank y'all for joining us. Follow us on our platforms at Drunk Uns Pod.
For sure.
Yep.
Catch y'all in the next one.
Man, we out here.